instrumental version of Fire. Next one is an instrumental. The instrumental, you might remember, called Goth Girl Symphony, debuted on the bass.
Zeitgeist, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we are in the last hour, and we have more people than we can handle, so I'm going to ask some of you to get ready and get up here and get together and keep it brief. I'm also going to start bringing up the new people who have signed up last and fit them in between the rest of you. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for this gentleman, Ryan. Yeah.
I think it's already on. I know, but really. Take
Yes, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, right.
Tomorrow I'm playing at the Mutiny Radio Cafe.
All
I'll be
right.
my fan.
Feature
If
set.
anyone wants to come
Nice.
and perform, that'd be cool. So you're lost, 'cause you can't be everything you wanted before you turn 20. So yeah, give it all up for something that you think that you need. A false sense of freedom and the pride of not being clean. Since when does bare feet make you a warrior of peace? You sacrificed your originality, and you sacrificed being genuine for something you can't be. And now you've got no plans but begging for a paycheck so you can please your rents. Since when does bare feet make you a warrior of peace? The other day I heard a homeless man groan. He said, why in the world would street kids take my home? They carry so much stuff that we can't get for free, yet the citizens give them money over me. And now I can't eat, and now I can't get a 40, and now I can't eat, and now I can't get a 40. Since when does bare feet make you a warrior of peace? Since when does bare feet make you a warrior of peace? Since when does bare feet make you a warrior of peace? Since when does bare feet make you a warrior of peace?
What's a 40?
Yeah, right.
Horse sponsors.
He's not old enough to know.
He don't drink. It's a really big joint. And he knows
Oh, Alexis, are you thinking about me? I got my mind wrapped around you like a car on a tree. Oh, Alexis, I've been staying up nightly, thinking about the miles and what they'll do to me. One, two. Oh, Alexis, you're so pretty. I can see miles in your arms. Oh, Alexis, you're so beautiful to me. won't be long.
Good. It's easier to find that way on iTunes.
Yeah.
Or you could just type in, "Give me Ryan's album," and see what happens.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we like to sacrifice our virgins here at the sacred grounds. Up next, let's hear it for Tom, ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right, Tom, welcome. Nice of you to join us. Is it good thing it landed on the heads? That'll work. How's that for you?
That sounds good. As long as we don't block your face for the camera. There's your fans.
All right, well, nice to be here. I'm Tom Murray. Ryan, I think a little round of applause. And,
Yeah.
you know, I hope things work out with Alexis and he. So this is a song about the Jersey Shore. I'm from back there, and so the pecking order at the shore was if you, the top of the heap was if you lived down there. And if you had a place for the summer, that was good. If you had a weekend or a couple weeks rental, that was nice. The bottom of the food chain was the people who just went down for the day. They called them shoebies because they wore their shoes on the beach because they didn't have anywhere to put them. So this is their song. I dropped $1 on a soul ticket. I got on the Greyhound bus. I rode all night to the soul picnic. Won't you come and go with us? We're gonna glide down funky Broadway till we hit the Black Horse Pike. Drive straight to the South Jersey Pinelands, clear to the morning light. Now when the sun comes up, we'll be down the shore, dancing the sand with the South Philly sweetie. You can ask for anything more. We got the stacks, got the Motown, Atlantic, and B. We got transistor radios that tune to WIBG, and we said, shoot-it-doo-doo-doo-day, shoot-it-doo-doo-day, shoot-it-doo-doo-doo-day, shoot-it-doo-doo-doo-day. Now all the boys, they're playing their guitars, and the girls all look so fine. We so bust, feel like a Lincoln Continental, such a groovy state of mind. Oh, we gonna shimmy and what to say? We'll mash potato too in this land of 1,000 dances. There ain't one of them we won't do. Under the boardwalk, up on the roof, even on a fire escape. A pretty woman and sweet soul music, that's really all that it takes. So drop $1 on a soul ticket and get on the Greyhound This is a tune called Tasty. Memories hazy, I believe I've been lazy a time or two. I've been too circumspect, introspect and blue. But since you come around me, I feel like I found me a brand new pair of shoes. And nothing's quite as tasty as the time I've wasted with you. Now from the Susquehanna, the Snowbell Montana just passes through. There been dilettantes, dilettantes, and backseat acrobats too. There been changes and phases and torn out pages. I've collected a few, but nothing's quite as tasty as the time I've been wasting with you. Since you've been hanging around, my days have been lighter. I can see clearly like I never could before. Since you've been hanging around, my heart has grown brighter. Cause you turn on that love light every time that you darken my door. Well, I slip up and stumble around, I trip up, I tumble down, ain't it true? You know the more dust you kick up, the more dust will stick to you. I'm gonna shake off the excess, try a little tenderness. Sometimes I ain't got a clue, but nothing's quite as tasty as the time I've wasted with you. My heart has grown lighter. Cause you turn on that love light every time that you darken my door. Well, I slip up and stumble around, trip up and tumble down, ain't it true? You know the more dust you kick up, the more dust will stick to you. But I'm gonna shake off the excess, try a little tenderness. Sometimes I ain't got a clue, but nothing's quite as tasty. I said nothing's quite as tasty. Nothing's quite as tasty as the time I've wasted with you.
Hey, hey.
Thank you. Tom, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big hand, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
Come on down, Doc.
So you know where to go. And there's one outlet for you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this next artist is a person who does things with his mouth and a couple of little effects, and so I kind of refer to him. This is Dr. Dream, ladies and gentlemen. And he does a thing that I call audio soundscaping imaginarium. So please give your imagination over to Dr. Dream.
Yes. Sounds from the past.
All right.
We'll turn this down a little bit.
Yeah. Feedback tonight for some reason. I don't know why.
Yes, the doctor is on. Yeah. Yes, my name is Dr. Dream. And I am the imagination mover. And as this imagination mover, I'd like to take everyone's imaginations and put you in the body of another person living in another dimension, as it were. And you are now a serial killer. Yes, you're a serial killer. But not just an ordinary serial killer. You're from outer space. Yes. And you're on Earth, and you prey on female prostitutes. And you happen to be in the red light district, strolling along, and you see a beautiful prostitute, high heels there, 4-inch, 5-inch fit shirt. And she sees you and says, "Oh, hi." And you kind of make small talk, and yeah, you should maybe. Why don't you just follow me? So she takes you to a hotel, that rents rooms by the half hour. You go up there. You're in the room. Why don't you get comfortable? And you feign a shy guy routine. Let me help you. Wow, that's amazing. Jesus Christ. Look at him. Jesus. And you have muscles that not ordinary humans have, because you are from outer space. And so you gradually begin to wrap around her like a python. And you're around her body and around her throat. And she's, oh wow, hey. And you start to choke her. But then she reaches under the pillow and pulls out a badge that introduces her as a police detective. And she has a whistle
on a chain around her throat. She tries to pull it for backup, but she can't. And so she takes the pin and she starts stabbing away at your member there. And green blood is flowing out. And it's just all over the place. And you feel as though you're dying, you're losing so much blood. And so you invert yourself into your elongated and now rather thick member. And you move out on your testicles, out of the room and quickly back to your ship. But the police, they're secretly following you. And you get in your ship to take off, but just before liftoff, they blow up your ship.
Dr. Dream, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Dream.
Yeah.
Doc, hello. Hello. There we
Kill the
go.
mic.
Dr. Dream.
And that's just still in your act.
I can echo. Anytime. I want one. Two. Ladies and gentlemen, bringing up somebody who has been coming here actually to the Sacred Grounds for quite a long time, but usually comes on Wednesday evening to the poetry. And tonight he has come over here to do us a little favor. Welcome to the stage, Jonathan.
All right.
See again, Bubba.
Lay it on, brother.
My wife's cousin was coming in from Washington with her husband and 2 kids. So we had to create bed space for everybody. So we got 2 couches. One couch was large and one was small. And the smaller one, well, was up on a hill here in San Francisco. You go up 17th Street and you turn right. And I'm standing in a doorway talking to a woman, and I happen to look over at the light switch, and there are 3 characters painted on the light switch. And I said, I know them. They're the Fug Brothers. Well, the woman said, well, my husband is R.J. Crumb. Honey! And he stuck his head out from his studio way back there someplace. Well, we kept the couch for years. A long time ago in New York, in the village, I sat down across from a folk singer named Odetta. And I said, I'm from San Francisco. Where are you from? She said, Los Angeles. Ah, shit. That means that we'll have a lousy relationship. And she cracked up laughing. The whole room got quiet because they thought I had said something racist. No, I didn't. The next day, we're in a restaurant, and off in the corner with some friends was Odetta. And my girlfriend said, don't you dare go over to her. So we went and sat down at a table by ourselves. Within a minute, Odetta was over saying, why didn't you come over? One night, my girlfriend and I went to a concert of Odetta. After a song, she came down off of the stage and greeted me. That doesn't happen every day. And if you want to find out who Odetta is, Google her. Google. And one more story. There was, when I was 18, I hitchhiked to New York. When I was 20, I got a job as a gopher for a playwright. Well, it turns out the playwright had written more than one play. And it wasn't an off-Broadway play. It was a Broadway, more than one. And it was called The Miracle Worker. So, the cast and crew were asked to come up with ideas for publicity. And I, being the youngest, greenest member of the company, was first to raise his hand, of course. Why don't you get Anne Bancroft and Patty Duke up before their audience to give a spiel for our play? Oh no, I don't think they'll do it. Because Broadway at that moment thought of off-Broadway as less than real. Well, Bill turned to me and said, oh, I don't think they'll do it. Off in the corner of the room, a male voice said, oh, I think they'll do it. And another male voice said, and so do I. Now, remember this name. His name was Arthur Penn, a director. And the guy sitting next to him was Fred Cove, the producer of The Miracle Worker. Well, it was done for 3 weeks. Well, I worked on the play, and when it closed, I hitchhiked up to a place in Massachusetts. And I saw William Gibson's home, and had met his wife and his studio. And I came back to New York, and I worked on 150 shows on and off Broadway with people that you've heard of. And one day I met a girl in a coffee shop. Her name was Alice. Well, we became lovers, and after a while, my mother got stung by a wasp, and I came back here. Well, I'm here, and there's a song by Arlo Guthrie. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant.
Yeah. Except for Alice.
Except for Alice. Well, Alice happens to be my Alice.
Your Alice.
And it's Stockbridge, Massachusetts. Well, there's a movie called Alice's Restaurant. Well, it takes place in the Stockbridge, Massachusetts, where there's a guy named William Gibson. And the movie was directed by Arthur Penn. And I call that story Coincidence.
Very nice job.
Thank you.
Jonathan, ladies and gentlemen. And up next, someone we haven't seen for a while, and I'm kind of excited that she's back. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sarah.
This is a good gift for you, Sarah.
One of our assignments was to research labor abuses, worker rights and labor abuses. And I didn't know a bunch of things, but I now know. But I'm going to start off. Give past generations choosing self-interest over the common good. Forgive past generations believing that consuming and consuming for not loving everyone equally. Give past generations for not seeing you, and you not seeing me. Now, September 5th, 2013, allegedly, new undercover investigations by China Labor Watch has revealed ethical and labor violations in a factory in Wuxi, China, owned by U.S. electronics manufacturer DeVille Circuit, currently producing the soon-to-be-released cheap iPhone for Apple with the plastic cover. Allegedly, 11 hours of standing work every day with no break. Outside 30-minute breaks. And in a separate article that I read, there are so many security, you have to go through so much security that if you only have a couple of minutes to eat by the time you get back to your assembly line. Now, 110 hours of overtime per month, usually mandatory. Dorms with 8 people per room. Hiring discrimination, 18 to 35. If you look back in time, February 6, 2012, Apple supplier Foxconn documents major labor rights violations, including overtime unpaid, 29th, Apple supplier agrees to comply with Chinese labor law. In March, China Labor Watch said another major supplier, pt2, had violated a wide range of labor rules. July 29, 2013, Apple is taking action after being singled out once again for terrible working conditions. Employees marked an average of 66 to 69 hours. And there, of course, was the suicides at Foxconn in 2010 that generated media coverage. Forgive past generations taking what wasn't ours to take. Forgive past generations selling the earth, selling us whole pocket change. Forgive past generations saying someone else is the rule. Forgive this generation saying I did it. Yeah, me and you. Now there's another news article, and I'm gonna have to stop my guitar for a second to pull out this paper. And it is Forbes magazine has a take on all of this. According to Forbes magazine, this has got, they actually say, actually it's on the other page, that I need another person to play guitar while I'm doing this, but that's okay. Forbes magazine says, oh wow, China Labor Watch report is essentially nonsense. They have indeed found violations of Chinese labor laws, and there's indeed proof that everything is not perfect. But it is worth looking at least some of the major allegations, such as I think there weren't that many shower heads. There were only 10 shower heads for about 120 workers. That's what Forbes magazine chose to focus on. Hold on, I'm going to turn the page. And Forbes magazine says, this has got to be my favorite complaint. Hourly wages for workers producing Apple products between $1.30 an hour and $1.50 an hour. They're just not high enough to meet basic human needs. Now, pt2 is where iPhones are made. Apple says it will audit pt2 employee workers. They say that they only work 46 hours per week, according to another article. Wow. So, are you guys going to buy the new cheap iPhone with the plastic cover?
No.
Did you guys know that they're paying their workers as much, and it's 35% of the wage in that city? 35%, according to another article, and I believe that was in Forbes magazine. My references are CNN. My references are CNN Money, Sept, Forbes magazine. We were told to research reputable sources. Now, the China Labor Watch is not as mainstream, and they go into a lot more detail. I hope you've learned something, and when you use your iPhone, remember you're a consumer and you have a lot of choice. Because you vote for your dollar with your dollar. And I'm sure that our companies do want to be socially responsible and do the right thing. Thank you.
Sarah, ladies and gentlemen.
Buy me a Moto X.
Up next, right away, we're running out of time, Jade.
Yeah. Come on, Jay. Woo, yeah.
Where's Wes?
Right here.
You'll be next, Wes.
Cool. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I've been having like a lot of writer's block.
I do too, but then when I get started, I'm too
Yeah.
lazy to stop.
So I just finished the song today. So
Cool.
there's no title for it yet. But I hope you enjoy it. fire. You're making my love burn brighter. You can read me like braille on a page. I'm surprised to see you, baby. It's like a pendulum pulled by gravity. You got your hold and I can't stay away. So take me all the way. Take me all the way. There's no sense in playing games. I know you feel the same way. Take me all the way. I'm not leaving until you say, I know you feel the same. I know you feel the same way. Focus on me and let the world fade away. Stay with me, I won't let you slip away. Like the sun dips into the ocean, your hand in mine is the only option. I love it when we know what's going on, but we stay silent just to keep warm. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I just need to hear you say, take me all the way. Take me all the way. There's no sense in playing games. I know you feel the same way. So take me all the way. I'm not leaving until you say, but take me all the way. Take me all the way. Light a match and start a fire.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare anything, but
Is that right?
there's time. Oh, there's time.
Good. If you got something else, go for it. If not,
Well, maybe I'll just leave it at that.
okay, thank you.
Jade, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank her for her patience. She came in here and waited all this time. Up next, Wes. Let's get Wes up here quickly. And let's get this out of your way, Wes.
We got time. We have about 8 minutes, so you could probably do 2.
All right, see how it goes.
Here you go.
Never used a mic before.
I've been working on. It's not really done yet. Don't know how I feel about it, but I want to play it for y'all. Yeah, I'll do a different one.
Let's give it up for Wes, ladies and gentlemen. Wes. Okay, I do not have time to sing my closer, so the first thing I'd like to do is let's all give a warm hand for our sponsor here, Teddy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Teddy. Thank you, Teddy. So please remember, next week will be Daryl Jones, this lady right here, blonde lady, is Daryl Jones, and she'll be entertaining us from 7 o'clock until 7:45, and then the regular open mic will be after that. Remember, sign up is at 6:30. Please, see you all next week. Please bust your tables, help Teddy clean up, and good night, and God bless everyone, if you are not an atheist.
Well, God bless you. Very nice.
And if you are, fuck, you'll blush anyway.